So, Jerry, welcome to the Baked in Science podcast. You and I have had a few interactions, and you've started off been in the baking industry, the food industry as a whole, but the baking industry has been your background for a long time. And the last time you kind of when I was talking and looking at your stuff, like Sara Lee was one of the companies you worked for at one time. And you've had a lot going on since those days. So what can you tell us about Jerry Smiley and everything?
Sure. Well, and I appreciate, by the way, that you are having me on your podcast. I think it's an exciting opportunity. It's the first time I've done that. So done
Excellent.
this, I should say. And so it's exciting for me. Yeah, I have, I would say, a little bit of a different background. My undergraduate's industrial engineering. So I spent 5
Cool.
years as an IE, University of Cincinnati graduate, which I can say very proudly because they finished ranked 4th in the country in football this year.
Yep.
So we had a good year. We didn't beat Alabama for to go higher, but hey, it's the highest we've finished. So I spent 5 years as an industrial engineer with Quaker Oats, and I got my master's in marketing at night at DePaul University here in Chicago, and started in marketing.
Excellent.
And so I was at Quaker doing Gatorade in first Van Camp Pork and Beans, and then Gatorade in the Warehouse Club. Moved to Weight Watchers Food Company, which is part of Heinz, H.J. Heinz.
Mm-hmm.
And really that was my first exposure really to bakery. We launched a line of Weight Watcher branded muffins in the in-store bakery that were lower fat and lower calorie. That led to a promotion to the head of marketing in Canada for Heinz Bakery. So I lived in Toronto for almost 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yes. And I'm, as my children would tell you, I'm a wannabe Canadian. We celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving every year, which is kind of exciting.
Oh, fantastic.
I put the Canadian flag out every year. And so I love Canada, and I enjoyed my time there.
I
moved back.
that.
I was head of new ventures for Sara Lee Bakery Food Service for about a year, and then I moved into consulting. I worked for Technomic for about 2.5 years, and then been on my own almost 22 years.
Wow.
And and to your point, I do a lot of work in bakery. It's funny. I tell my bakery clients, I've got a lot of bakery experience, and then I tell my other clients I do things other than bakery too. So,